Hello, welcome back to Salty Sunshine. This is your host Lisa, ready to talk some shiz nai. I hope everybody enjoyed their Mother's Day weekend. I hope it was relaxing. I saw this stuff going around on social media. This one girl was saying that Mother's Day is not for the grandmas. And I was like, what do you mean? And she basically was saying that if the grandmother, her kids are grown and then her daughters have little children, it puts too much stress on the daughter to make her mother, the grandmother, feel special and do something with her and then also with her kids. I think I don't necessarily agree with that because it's just all mothers in general. This is not about age, but also I don't think you should have that pressure to placate everybody. I actually think Mother's Day should be a day away from your kids so you can relax. I mean, a nice lunch or whatever, but it's really you're entertaining your little kids. It's usually about the little kids. And once you're older and your kids are adults, I think you should just do what you want to do. I think it should be a relaxing day and not no mother should be cooking, that's for sure, or hosting at their house unless they enjoy that. But I prefer a boozy lunch, you know, like do nothing, not a lot. I don't want small children running around. And when I did have small children, of course it's fun. You do the school thing and the Mother's Day this and that, and they make you little gifts. But on Mother's Day, you should just have breakfast with your kids or something and then have your own adult time later, maybe a dinner, maybe a late lunch. I mean, obviously do what you want, but the whole it's not for grandmothers, nah, I don't see it that way, but I don't think you should feel obligated. I mean, let's get real. All these holidays are part of capitalism, which is great. It gets people out at the restaurants, buying gifts, consumerism, all that. They're man-made holidays. They don't really mean anything. And there's people that don't have their parents, there's people that don't talk to their parents. They have a strained relationship. So you shouldn't really feel badly on if whatever you got going on is fine. It's all good. I feel people put too much pressure on themselves. I say this about all holidays. Holidays should not feel pressure. They should not feel as a burden. And you shouldn't feel bad if you don't have father, mother, daughter, whatever. And just enjoy yourself and be happy every day. So, Spirit Airlines is gone. I personally am very upset about this. I travel on Spirit all the time. I feel like we need a budget airline, and it was a pretty good one. There was no issue. I've never had an issue on Spirit. I know there's all those viral videos of people fighting and stuff. I've never experienced that, but I wish I can't imagine. I know they didn't let that merger go through with JetBlue, which was probably a mistake, and now we have no budget airline, and all the flights are so high. I was looking at a flight to go to Austin, which I'm going to next weekend, and I think it was about 260, and after Spirit closed, it jumped up to almost 400. So not cool. Not cool. Bring it back. Leanne Rhymes, did you guys see the video of her going to, I don't know what kind of doctor he was, but he basically put gloves on and put his finger in her jaw area. And those people have like tight jaws or locked jaws. He pressed it down really hard. And I don't know what he did. And she started to cry. And the whole thing is that it's releasing stored trauma. So I listened to Dr. DeBro on Just Between Us with his wife, Heather DeBro. And he was on a podcast, not with Heather, but on his own podcast, but with another doctor friend of his. And they were talking about this, and they were saying that it's a bunch of hogwash. That is the biggest bullshit. There's your body does not hold tension. I tend to agree with that. Not tension. Your body does not hold trauma. That's not a thing. And these are all marketing gimmicks to get you to do shit that you probably wouldn't do otherwise. And not only that, he's saying that's super dangerous. Nobody should be doing that to their jaw. It can loosen your jaw to the point that your jaw it'll like fall out of place and become weak. And it's connected to certain things and you can have a stroke. It's just not something you should be doing. I tend to agree with that. And people need to just stop taking everything at face value online. Everybody is coming up with a bunch of shit, and then something goes wrong, and then they're not going to fix it for you. So kind of do your own research and just don't fall for everything you see online. Speaking of Leanne Rimes, there's rumors that she's going to be on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and somebody posted screenshots of texts of comments under I don't know what, and Leanne Rimes was saying, first Brandi Glanville, she's a hot mess. Oh my God, I couldn't stand her when she was on screen, and I still can't stand her. She has gotten no better. She has done no growth. She has declined in both verbal assaults and all that stuff. The whole girls trip on Bravo. She did whatever she did, and now they won't air the show. She's just vile. She just has a very negative, nasty. She just is one of those women that is her husband cheated and left her, and she can never get over it. She's Betty Broderick, rest in peace, without the murder. Um, Listen, I get it. I think there's a difference between having memories. When you think of that, it's going to feel negative. And, you don't forget the one thing we have as human beings, I feel that is our biggest, I don't know how to word this. It doesn't hold you back. It doesn't go away. No matter what you do, you can't get rid of memories. We don't have an off switch. We don't have a delete button. Our memories are always there. And it's interesting because people are always saying, get over it. And I don't think you have to forget something to get over it. I think you just have to accept that it happened. I'm huge on, I don't believe in forgiving people that aren't sorry. That's first of all, I have a whole theory on that. I just believe you have to accept the situation. And once you accept it, it becomes neutralized and it doesn't affect you the same way. So you don't act like you're living in the moment. Brandi acts like she's living in the back 20 years ago when her husband cheated and left her. She acts like she's still in that place. And that's the problem because she hasn't accepted he didn't want me anymore. He chose someone else, and that's okay. And that's what happened. That's reality. Whether it's okay or not, I have to accept it. She won't accept it. And so she came out, Brandi, saying, well, of course she, if the rumor is true and she goes on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, why wouldn't she? She stole my man. She stole my illnesses. She now she wants to steal where I was. She just is basically calling her a copycat. And again, so silly. There was a silly thing to say. She looks so bitter. She looks crazy because of whatever's going on with her face and her skin. And then Leanne Rimes, I saw a screenshot of her saying, absolutely not, I wouldn't do that. But I will do, I forgot what else. I don't know if the drag race or the voice, so another type of show, but she's not into reality TV. So I can't imagine her doing that show. There's no way. She's too nice and she's too woo woo. I think they'll eat her alive. That's not happening. But yeah, the whole jaw thing that Leanne Rimes did. That's a problem when you go woo woo. You get a little weird. And oh, Brandi Glanville said another thing. She said that I saw a clip of her talking to somebody, and she said that Eddie, her ex-husband, and Leanne, his wife, they're like super health conscious, and they have all these hyperbaric chambers in their living room and this and that. And she's basically making fun of them, saying, why are you so sick? Because all you do is all this health stuff and you have all the gadgets and all the bullshit and you're still apparently um Leanne Rimes has some sort of autoimmune something. She has something going on. I don't know what she has going on, but she does have something going on. So she was making fun of her. I thought they were on good terms, but I think it's probably in and out. Brandi is so unpredictable. So I don't think things can stay stable for too long. Her poor sons, not her poor son, but when your mom's a little wackadoodle, it's kind of crazy. The Met Gala passed. It was weird. It looked like a Halloween costume show. I think the Met Gala is veering too far weird. I don't know what's going on. Heidi Klum showed up in full on Halloween costume. She mixed up her events, and she literally had a whole, like an old alien person, gray, all the, I don't know, what do you call that? When they put makeup and prosthetics over you. crazy ridiculous. Morgan Stewart, I heard a clip of her podcast saying that she thought Kris Jenner was the best dressed. Now, Kris Jenner looked really pretty at the Met Gala, but I wouldn't say best dressed because she's basically wearing what Rachel Zoe loves to say, a caftan. She's wearing a kimono caftan. I don't know what you call that. Very pretty, pretty hair, everything, but I don't think she was best dressed. I think that's far fetched, but that's what Morgan Stewart said, that she was best dressed. And Blake Lively showed up after they announced that the case, and it's no longer between Justin Baldoni and Blake, it was between Blake and the production media company, Wayfair, whatever. They settled, but rumors are there was zero money exchanged. And another rumor is she's still trying to sue them for legal fees, which were saying that it was like $60 million each or something. So if they spent that much money on this big nothing burger, that is a crime in itself. That is so wasteful. And I hope she doesn't get any money back from it because this is her stupid idea and her stupid claims that made no sense. And I'm sure he's happy to be the hell out of that. My God, what a nightmare. So she showed up at the Met Gala unannounced. She wasn't on the invite list. Again, these are all rumors, but allegedly she paid $10,000 to go. I don't know if that's true. She probably didn't, but I'm sure somebody, she knows people. So I'm sure they invited her. And everybody's like so annoyed because she shows up with her last minute, not on the list, all smiles. I don't know. Everyone hates her. I think she's never going to bounce back from this. I think she really screwed up and tarnished her image because she was too egregious. Now they found out she lied about a lot of stuff that she said, that she didn't ask Colleen Hoover not to unfollow him, but she did. And she just lied about a lot of stuff. She lost her good friend Taylor Swift. And even if they're still friends, it's never going to be the same. Yeah, so she got what she deserved. Keith Urban sets his eyes on Jessica Simpson. Now, Keith Urban's 58. Jessica Simpson's 45. That's fine. I mean, they could work. As a 45-year-old, in my opinion, for me, I wouldn't want a 58-year-old only because I like someone more my age. But, he's a musician, he's country. I'm sure they have a lot in common. Rumors suggest that Keith Urban, following his divorce from Nicole Kidman, is interested in pursuing a romance with Jessica Simpson. Insiders citing their shared Nashville roots and mutual respect for each other's careers. He admires Simpson's business acumen and wants to help her succeed in the country music scene. I don't know. That won't go anywhere. He should drop that dream. I don't think they would mesh too well, but what do I know? Northwest had an album party. This girl, I think she's 12 years old. Maybe she's almost 13. I fear for her. I think I said this last time. The exposure to the public, the chaos between her dad and her mom, the dad's wife naked out here, public nuisance. It's just a lot for a 12-year-old. And she has a black grill. She has the long blue hair and the nails. And she is up there singing on stage. I don't know. I worry for her. Hopefully she stays grounded. I think it's really hard to do when you have all that coming at you at such a young age. She's not even a teenager. Like, it's wild. But she had an album party. She can't sing. I mean, let's be real. She could probably rap, but she doesn't have a singing voice that I've heard of yet. When she's on stage, it's kind of hard to even hear her from the clips I've seen. And she did do a live that I saw scrolling. I don't know who the girl in the video, she was older, who she was, but somebody was asking her if she believes in Jesus, and she was saying yes and all that stuff. So that's good if she's grounded in faith, but sometimes that can go a little left too. Faith should keep you, if you're doing it, I don't want to say the right way, but if you're grounded in faith and you believe in just the Bible and, the 10 Commandments is really all you need, then you'll probably be more or less on the straight and narrow path. But it can get a little weird, as we've seen with Kanye and Diddy thinking that they're God and they think they're part of this special club. And that's where the danger becomes the power that they think they have. But I don't know. I think she's too young for all this. I think they should pump the brakes with the uh, individual expression, and all that at her age because she doesn't know what she's doing. Her mom is dating the F1 driver or whatever he is. I think he's a race car driver. They were seen on the beach frolicking. She was wearing one of those pants that you go in the water with, those seal suits. What do you call them? Surfing suits? I don't know. I think she did that because she knew paparazzi would be there. She doesn't want to show her butt. I wish they would. Can her and Chloe just come out and say that they injected fat into their ass? It would be so refreshing. I would be Team Kim at that point. At that point, I'd be like, all right, you're a real bitch. You're a real one because you've been denying it from the day one. Not only deny it, you lied to everybody, showing us an X-ray or something, knowing full and well that an X-ray is just going to show body fat, and that's what you put in your butt. So that didn't prove anything. You guys obviously had all this work done. The only one in that family that is honest about what they've done is Courtney and Chris. They're the only ones. Courtney will tell you she had a boob job, that she got some out, that she got a nose job. Chris came out the other day, Kris Jenner, and said that she tried Ozempic when nobody knew about it, which is exactly what happened with that whole family. They got stick thin and nobody understood why. And then the Ozempic craze started to come and everybody got on it. But they were already skinny years before that happened. And Chris said she tried it and she was so sick she couldn't work. And so she couldn't continue. But I like that. Just keep it real. I hate when people try to act. If we have eyes and we know what you look like, we know there's something else. This is not a natural progression. Just keep it real. If you're getting stuff done, it's so you look different. You're not taking Ozempic to look the same. You're not getting a facelift to look like you used to. So just be real. It's not about being our business. It's about we see it. So if we see it, you can't lie to us because unless it's inside your body and we can't see it, it is our business because we can see it. So that drives me nuts. And I appreciate you, Kris Jenner, for keeping it real. She says everything that she does. Oh, she also came out and said that there's a rumor going around that she is upset because her facelift is drooping and she paid so much money for it. And she says that's absolutely not the case, that she loves her doctor and he's the best and she's very, very happy with her results. So that's not true. I also think it's interesting how Kris Jenner dresses so classy and modest. And it's such a ironic that all her children they have zero fashion. The only one that used to know how to dress is Courtney. Now she dresses like shit, but she used to dress amazing and look gorgeous. And now she dresses like a basement teenager, but they have no style because everything is about showing off their body. And when your focus is, if you think sexy is showing skin, you have no style. That's the main giveaway there. If you think you have to show your body to look sexy, that means you have no style. Because style is looking sexy, showing skin or not showing skin. It's about the style, and they have none. And it's interesting that Kris has more style than all her children. Does she ever? I wonder if she tells them, you don't have to show your skin. They're just so different in their styles. But Kim was at the Met Gala, of course, no pants, a corset showing. I mean, it's always the same, blah, 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 boom. It's so old. It's so tiring. She has no style. And I think it's also because her body type, if she wears regular clothes, she doesn't think she looks sexy. It's a whole thing. It's kind of crazy. Kylie was there, the same type of thing. They're all the same. It's rinse and repeat. They have no individual style. It's just so crazy to me. I saw a show the other day on Apple TV that came out back in March, so I'm kind of late. I was sleeping on Imperfect Women. Elizabeth Moss, Kay Mara, and Kerry Washington. I don't know why I thought it was something to do with I don't know why I thought it was based on an old book or just kind of a period piece. Even the main picture doesn't seem like a period piece. I don't know why I thought that, but it's not. And I guess that's why I never bothered to look to see if I wanted to watch it. But someone told me at work it was pretty good. So I was like, oh, I ran out of my regular stuff. So I said, oh, let me check it out. It's really good. Highly recommend Imperfect Women on Apple. Super juicy, lifetime adjacent feeling. It's not a lifetime movie, but it's in that it feels like that cozy mystery, friendship, juicy gossip. It's pretty good. I was thoroughly entertained. I binged the whole thing between Thursday and Saturday, and I really liked it. So that one's really good. And I came across a show on Peacock. I never, when I go to Peacock, I go to see just my regular Dateline 2020, or maybe not 2020, Dateline, Bravo stuff, but I never look at their original stuff. It's kind of Netflix and Peacock and all these streaming services do a really bad job of showcasing their shows. And also, if you watch something, why doesn't it show? It kind of disappears from the platform. You know, if you fall asleep on the last episode of the season of a show, you can't, you have to search it. It doesn't show up on the main thing. It's just doesn't, they don't know what they're doing. I don't get how these people make so much money and don't know how to properly make it user friendly. But this show MIA, I guess that stands for Miami because it's shot in Miami and the Florida Keys. So it's really good. I don't want to say anything about it because I don't want to give it away, but I love watching stuff that's based in Miami and the Keys because I grew up here and I know all the places. It just feels like home. So it's really good. It's kind of it's drug related, but the shit that happens in the first episode is freaking crazy, and I just can't believe it happened. But I'm not gonna give it away. And it's getting good. I think I'm on episode 2 or 3, maybe 2, but MIA on Peacock. If you like that kind of Miami drug bust, but it's not copy. It's good. It's interfamily drug stuff. It's really, really good. So watch that if you have some time over the weekend. And true crime. I've been ending on true crime lately, and that's kind of my new thing. There's no update on the David killing Celeste, 14-year-old Celeste Rebus. There's no update on that case. The FedEx driver, that disgusting, deplorable, non-human monster piece of crap driver that abducted the 7-year-old Athena, he got the death sentence. Thank God. And I hope it goes quick. He, it's just, it was the worst story I've ever heard. He got the death sentence. Elizabeth Broderick. She is the icon from the 80s. If you don't know, you should go look at it. She was 78. She died in jail. She was given 2 life sentences for murdering her ex-husband and his new wife a year after they got married. Betty Broderick is a kooky, hilarious, in my opinion, type of woman. She's out there. She has 4 children. She put her husband through college, had all these kids, and when he made it as a lawyer, they were married 20 years. He hired some secretary, had an affair with the secretary. When she found out, he denied it, and then a few years later divorced her and ended up marrying the secretary. So Betty could not get over it. Betty was hell-bent on ruining their lives. They were not going to live to happily ever after under her watch, and they didn't because she killed them. And there's a movie on it. You should go watch it. And it's freaking nuts because she has 4 kids. She didn't give a fuck about her kids. Like, she was tunnel vision on her ex, and she was going to ruin their lives, whatever it took. She was happier in jail, rotting in jail with them dead, than she would have ever been a free woman and them together. It was so intense. And that's why it makes it funny, because it's not funny actually, but it is for my sense of humor, because she was not going to let it go. She was going to die trying to ruin their lives, and she did. And she doesn't care. She doesn't care about her kids. It's not that she doesn't care about her kids, but her top priority was that man and ruining his life and making sure they weren't together. And she cared about that more than she cared about her kids. And so she just died in jail, 78. She obviously, there in the article that I put it on TikTok, she was supposed to get parole when she was 80 something years old, but she's saying that she should have got it earlier and she shouldn't be in jail. And the lawyer was like, this woman has no regard for what she's done. Like she just has no problem with what she's done. And I think that's funny because it's funny because she's so kooky. She's so out of it. She's really out of it. She has tunnel vision. There's no turning her mind on what she stands by what she did and she'll do it again. It's just, that's why I think she's funny. But she passed away and everybody online is like, Team Betty, R.I.P. Betty. And all the women support her because, listen, obviously women are emotional. Sometimes we can't look at things rationally. And the reason the women are behind her is because that guy put her through hell because she had 4 kids, a 20-year marriage, put her life on hold for him. And then he dumped her. He dumped her and then made it hard for her. Although she made it hard too. I feel like if she would have been a normal person and divorced him, he would have been not as harsh with trying to get custody of the kids. And her behavior was erratic too. So we can't discount that. And it was wild. It's iconic. It's an iconic story, just like the girl that Buttafuoco, the girl that came and shot the girl, the wife in the face because she was having an affair. It's one of those that it just goes down in history as iconic. Heather McDonald from Juicy Scoop is always talking about Betty Broderick stories. She loves stories like that. And it's just like the girl that chopped off the guy's penis, the Bobbitt case. It's just one of those iconic stories. So she died, and she's definitely a legend in true crime stories. Another crazy story, Alec Murdaugh from the Murdaugh trials, he might get a new trial. His last verdict might be overturned. They are mulling it over now, the Supreme Court. They haven't been officially overturned, but his appeal regarding jury tampering is active and speculation of a new trial is high. While a reversal is widely rumored, some legal experts suggest a 4-1 or 5-0 vote is possible. The Supreme Court of South Carolina has not issued a final ruling. So apparently there was a mishandling of the case. And then you should see all the comments under these posts. They're saying he didn't do it. There's no way he did it. And now, people change their mind with the wind. It's so funny. But if it does get a new trial, that's going to be crazy and interesting. Yeah, we'll see what happens. I don't know. When I watched the movie, that show on Hulu, it was really good. The Murdaugh show on Hulu, it was so good. Patricia Arquette plays a mom. I don't see why he would kill them and think he would get away with it. I don't know. And then he was with his mom. I've always thought I wasn't 100% convinced, but it's one of those cases that, yeah, sure, he probably did, but it's not an open shut case, I think. I don't know. But that's interesting. And then this other guy, Matthew and Ty Sanchez, they owned these restaurants in Houston, in River Oaks area, and the guy, Traveler's Table Restaurant. And the husband killed his wife and his 2 young children and then himself. So that was crazy. There's so much of that going on lately. The spouse, partner, whatever, killing himself and the woman and little kids. Why would you do that? It's just wild. So that's unfortunate. And with that, I'm going to end the podcast I'm going to end the podcast always on a true crime sour note, but I hope everyone enjoyed Mother's Day, and I'll see you next time. Be your best selves.